Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fee's Fresh Take. Here today we have Daniel Pham, CEO and co-founder of Silver Creek Insights. Today's conversation, we're going to be talking about the importance of relationships, especially when it comes to data. And this got me thinking because as a minority woman in STEM, I always see like these boys club and I see like these guys like jumping from executive position to executive position. And then when there's a new CEO, they're like, oh, I'm going to bring in my friends and they're the new C-suite. And I've always like sat on the outside. I'm like, how do I get in there? Like, I want to be that person where someone goes to a different company and they're like, Fee, she'd be great for this. And it just made me realize that a lot of the time it is about who you know, not what you know. But also, if you can do the job, then great. You do. It is what you know, but it's also who you know. And that's what pushed you forward. Daniel, what do you have to think about? What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, across life, right? I mean, I'm seeing this a lot being here in Dubai now and just through my professional career that it's not what you know, it's who you know, and your network is your net worth and all of this stuff. And it's starting to get to a point where I think a lot of these companies are realizing that it should be the best of the best, not necessarily like a political game, but it's still tough to overcome, especially in bigger companies. It's something to be aware of. And I think once we have awareness on it, we can figure out, okay, really, how do we find the best people, male or female, to do these jobs, right? And to like really build with. It's a chemistry thing too.
It's definitely chemistry because you want to be able to work with people that you vibe with. You want to be able to have that connection because there's a lot of smart people out there in the world, 100%. Um, and the only way to really differentiate yourself is like through your own like personal brand, your own marketing, the people that you get to know. And that's why it's so important to like have all these conversations in person and just like get to know people, show them what you can do because you are the best. Silver Creek, we are the best. We're really cool. Really smart. And we have a great team behind us, but it's also like we need that trust, and that trust can only really be developed through these like just communication, through getting to know someone in person, even virtually if possible. And it's like sometimes it's hard to break through the noise. It's hard to like when you're a small fish in a big pond, it's hard. It's like you have to really like put yourself out there to get to know these people so that you're top of mind when they need your help. It's also about timing too, I think.
Yeah, timing's everything, but I mean, I think you hit on something that it's really about a team chemistry type of thing, and that there's a lot of people that are great at what they do, but they might be more individual type contributors, or they're not really working well with others. And this is some old school playground recess skill sets that come through in life, and also in terms of like team sports. I mean, business is a team sport. I have a background playing ice hockey my whole life, but like really the team functions are consistent throughout business as well. And we need to find not only the best people, but the ones that understand team chemistry, that
Mm-hmm.
understand how to delegate, divide, and conquer, and like work together. And this goes from the recruiting on to effectively delivering as a team as well.
I like that line. What is it? Divide, deliver, and conquer. Is
Divide
that
and
what you
conquer.
said?
Divide and conquer. Yeah,
Divide
man.
and
This is
conquer. So for you, how did you go when you're like building up your team? Like, what do you look for? How do you find these people? And how do you know that they're going to be a good fit?
So I've been recruiting people to work with me on projects ever since I was in college, primarily, right when I used to run house painting businesses. And it was a tough recruiting model because we had to recruit kids to basically give up their summers to do the hardest job in the world. But finding the right team, I mean, is that kind of the question? Right?
Yeah.
It's starts with a vision of like, what are you doing that can inspire others? And once that vision is pretty crystal clear, it makes it easier to know what are the right types of people that you need to kind of build that dream and see it happen. And you'll kind of see once that dream is kind of communicated effectively and like you've put the thought behind it, you're going to inspire people, and the right people will be inspired by that. And I think that's like the foundational block. Are we looking at the same road ahead? And do we
Mm-hmm.
want to walk on that road together? Do we really want to build this stuff? And then it's a matter of understanding like who are the right types of people and who can complement each other to get things done. You're going to need creatives, you're going to need technical, you need like extroverted leaders, you need people that can just completely crush it alone. Like you need all different types, but it's a matter of communicating that vision and then having a very wide recruiting network. And it's not so easy all the time, but this is something that for me has been one of my natural strengths, especially as I travel the world. Like I do a lot of things, I talk to a lot of people. Growing my network has always been a top priority, mostly because I have fun doing it. And I think when you have fun and you enjoy it, you just naturally inspire others to jump in and the drive to make it happen as well. Because these smart people, like the best of the world, there's no shortage of opportunity and they could do a lot of the same things, even for different types of companies or competitive ones. But they want to work on a team, like you said, that they have a good vibe to the team. They have a fun energy about it because life is more than just work. And the people we work with are really the most important. And that's how we build the best team here. But that's also why our clients decide to work with us because they want an extension of their team. And there's a million people that can do the same technical job. But how do you communicate? How do you
Mm-hmm.
lead? And how do you have fun and make it easy for your clients? So this message, you can see it carries from not just recruiting, but also delivering for clients.
No, I completely agree. And when searching for clients, like what are like you don't take away all of your secrets, but what are some of the tactics that you use in order to help build those relationships with them?
First, it's just starting the conversation. And I think when you start to do some research about who they are and what their mission is and what they're really looking to accomplish, you know from the first conversation that there's a pretty good potential that you can help them. And these are relationships that are built on value. You know, we don't
Mm-hmm.
need to bullshit around too much. We want to get to know the person. But I think at this point, I mean, at least in my life and the lives of our customers, we're very busy. And some of our best friendships are around the ones that can help us and grow with us. And I think that mutual language of we understand you, we've done our research on it, we're learning from you, and we're in a great position and a unique one to help you more than others. Um, that's an easy way to start a friendship that also can be centered around making more money together and really making people's lives better because they're not wasting it on a bunch of things that could be automated or like simplified, you know?
I like that thought process, especially because like on LinkedIn, I know this probably happens to you because it happens to me. I get so many cold emails and I'm just like, this isn't the right time for this. This isn't what I need. This isn't what I'm looking for. And actually, I don't like cold emails at all because it's like when I'm ready for something, whether it's like email marketing or it's like a website update, I will then start searching for people or I'll ask within like my network. But if people start coming to me, it's like no, automatically no. Like you're selling something that I'm not ready for. So timing is important, incredibly important, and also not wasting someone's time, but also like being able to be like valuable. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like if I were looking for someone to do a particular task, when I'm reaching out to my network, I may post like a LinkedIn post like, hey, does anyone know someone who does X, Y, and Z? That would be the time then to now like pitch to me because at that moment I'm seeking. So it's like you have to know like you have to try to like understand what people are going through. You have to try to time it as perfectly as possible, which is so hard because what we see online is only like a fraction of what's actually going on behind closed doors. So you don't actually know. I mean, one thing I can tell you that is probably like accurate across like so many tech companies is tech debt. Every tech company has tech debt and it's packing stuff. It's like it's piling up. I've never heard of a single company that is good when it comes. It's like has like a good amount. Um, like a very like slow amount. So that's one thing I know that's like across the board. But like other things, like are you looking to like improve like your AI automations, agentic AI? Are you looking to X, Y, and Z? A lot of the times they're probably going to say yes, but they're also like not necessarily even ready for it due to their tech debt and other like architectural like issues. So like there's so many factors that go into it, but it's true. It's like going in the right time, letting them know straight up, like, hey, we're not like trying to BS you. We actually can deliver. I think is just such a huge message, and it just like cuts down like that BS. Like I also like hate the hey, hope you're doing well. It's nice to meet you. Blah 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 blah. Like we could meet for 5 minutes. Like meet for what?
I feel attacked right now. This is my whole
Oh
LinkedIn
oh,
story. Just kidding. But yeah, timing is everything, but it's never the right time. You
it's
know, people are
never.
never willing. I mean, not really, because people are busy and they don't understand exactly what they don't know. And part of our job is to eloquently educate our clients and our team about what is possible. And part of that is to understand and try to customize the way that we reach out to them. And it might not always be through DMs. I mean, that's the
Mm.
lowest way, but doing content that kind of establishes the fact that we know what we're talking about. We're here. We're like a likable and trustworthy team. And we've done some research about specific accounts and how do we eliminate some of this tech debt? Because also there's just a lack of trust because all
Mm-hmm.
of these messages just make people tune out. And so it's not even an effective strategy. It's not that we don't have anything interesting to say. It's just falling upon very deaf ears because they've just kind of been numbified to all of this stuff. So we got to be refreshing in our approach and go about it creatively. But there's always ways where we can start the conversations over time. And hopefully, for all the listeners, we're not too annoying for you guys. But we are here
I
based
think
on
our
value.
strategy is very I think we have like a very human strategy because we do cold outreach, but we do it in a way where it's like it's personalized. I think it's relevant, especially with the current AI environment. And between you and I, like we know that we actually like want to help and we also know that we deliver. So we're going at it with that mindset of like, we can do this, we got this. But it's just a matter of like reflecting that energy to others. And honestly, I think I do better, even though I don't like being in person because people, and overstimulation and all that fun stuff and anxiety. I actually do better with in person, like sales, quote unquote, because people can read my energy. And that's what people like go for. But when I'm just like typing a message, I have to throw an extra like parentheses so that they could like hear my inflection.
Well, yeah, the humanistic approach to things is important. I mean, again, this just goes back to running a team that are trying to just be humans on another team. We're going into a complete world of automation, of AI, and all these things, but it's the differentiator of humans that make
Mm-hmm.
all the difference. And I think we're in a really good position to do that. And also going back to what we were talking about earlier, this is a team approach. It's not just Silver Creek alone. It's the people of Silver Creek. It's also our partner ecosystem. And this is a very complicated data and AI problem that we're solving. And it's not solvable by just one software tool or just one solution. And that's why we're excited to help our clients because we know that they're struggling with a lot of confusion in the market that, hey, if you buy this one thing, it's going to solve all your problems and it's going to be the super duper software solution that you'll never need another thing. But the reality is it requires a lot of training, implementation, support,
Mm-hmm.
and it also requires you to eliminate other things that maybe you see value in. And it's kind of this re-education process of what's the best way to do it. And when we have a pretty fun story to tell, people are like, okay, they're not selling me something. They're actually helping me fix a major problem that affects my operations, that is limiting my revenue, and is preventing me from winning in the market because our competitors who are native to this, that are smaller, that are growing faster, and native AI and all this, they are going to lose to these companies because they are rusting, they are slowing down, and they're doing what they thought would work forever. And the world's changing too fast. And that's why we need people that are on top of their game. And that's what we try to do all the time is be there for our clients, like be their team. This is a team win.
No, I agree. And I
Rah,
like what
rah.
you I like what you said about the world moving too fast. It does feel overwhelming that you have to keep up with all of the changes and all of the new tools and X, Y, and Z. But I feel like with all these new tech advances, that's why it's equally as important to maintain that humanity and that compassion, that empathy. I think like all this tech can numb us. Like those people where that article with the chat GBT is like they're like you don't actually have to say please and thank you because it's actually costing us like billions of dollars, but it's like there's if we start being like treating the tools that we use like poorly, I guess that can very easily translate to how we start treating others and we'll then start numbing ourselves. And I'm like, that is so we need to keep our humanity. We need to like overemphasize like our empathy and connection in this technical age, or else we risk losing what makes us so special, just like as humans.
Well, you're very special, Fee. You have a very good empathy and humanistic approach, but also the key thing is you always provide value and you make lives easier for your clients. And that's why our clients love you. And it's a matter of being a reliable teammate. And a reliable teammate is capable, they have integrity, they do what they say, and they make it easy for other people. Everyone is busy and they're overwhelmed. So if we simplify, it just makes things less overwhelming. It's like, oh, Silver Creek has got this. Our costs are down, our delivery is up. They come through for us every time. And case by case, that's how you build. And eventually, you're just working with some of the coolest accounts in the world because they realize you make their life easier and you always deliver. It's like Papa John's, but
It's
better.
like Papa John's, but better. Papa
Better
John's with
data,
dairy-free
better
cheese
pizza,
and
Silver Creek.
gluten-free bread. No
Yes.
one likes my pizza order, but I'll still be like Papa John's and deliver. But what are some of your favorite parts of like relationship building, like working with clients? Like what makes you like wake up and smile about this every single day?
It's the going from the process of how the hell are we going to do this to, oh my goodness, it's complete and look how good we did. Like it's from the beginning to the end process. And that's where we're here for our clients. Like in the beginning, where they have some ideas or maybe they don't and they're just frustrated. And we work through the discovery process to design an initial easy road forward that they're like, wow, this was super complicated. We had no idea. And now we've implemented just a few things at a very low cost comparatively to all the things we're doing. And our value is like outrageously high. It's a great start. And you get to see this development of your clients. And it's like, I think this is the coach in me. You know, I'm the oldest of five boys and I've just kind of been coaching for a long time. But you go from this state of confusion to clarity. And that's how the results come. That's how you create great client relationships.
Yeah.
And also, even in the areas where we don't necessarily specialize, our network is so big that we have answers to other things and connect people to people. And when I connect my clients with other people that have nothing to do with us, now they're happy and like we start building separately but together. I mean, this stuff is really fun, right? And then it all comes back to you. The more you give, the more you get, all the kind of stuff.
You know what? This is actually reminding me, this is bringing back some memories of like our talks back in like Mexico City. One thing I've always admired about you is your abundance mindset because there is a way for all of us to succeed. Like there's so much business out there. There's so many companies that need help. It's possible. And I like what you say where it's like you give more, the more you give, like the more you get, the happier you make people. And like for the amount of money that we make, it's like the value is so it's exponential. I mean, in like some past projects, like we have reduced like 40 hours of work down to like 4 hours. And that
Yeah, it's
just frees
massive.
it, which is amazing. And it just frees up like that client's time to work on new things and just like why do so much like manual work that you could completely like automate. So the value is there. I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I created it. So
No,
yeah,
ain't no
like
thing. But
humble brag.
we're appreciate the Mexico comment. And like community building is important, and it's a matter of just expecting nothing in return necessarily, and just like helping out where you can. And obviously, we're running a business. We want to be profitable, and we have things to maintain to make sure that we can take care of customers for forever. But it's like this focus on helping them succeed above all
Hmm.
else and building the relationship more than the transaction. And I'm seeing this all the time. There's so many networking events in Dubai. There's people meeting each other. And a very common mistake that people make is they immediately introduce themselves and try to pitch and sell
Yeah.
whatever they have. And without taking the time to understand who that person is, what the challenges they have. So our process is just different that we don't want to sell anything until we know that there's basically value to be delivered. Otherwise, we point you in a different direction. And I did that with a client today. They're looking for AI automation, but there's tools that exist and they don't need to pay someone like us to do some simple things. We're here to solve like the big problems, the big
Yeah.
operational challenges, to create data products. Any instance where I can help them be successful on their own, that's like a good sign of a good consultant, I think.
You are a good consultant. And I like that you even admit it. Like, you know what? You don't need us. You could easily find this elsewhere. There are a lot of low code and no code tools out there. There are. And I don't like it when people take advantage of others because they know and it's like a good opportunity. So I think that just shows like your character, which is really, really awesome. You do such great things here.
Well, this is a vision of how do we really want to help people? Do we want to be in a
Hmm.
position to do like this short term win at the cost of sacrificing a long term relationship where this company that I mentioned, they should be successful? Of course, they're going to come back and be like, I remember that time Dan helped me with this, even though he's making zero money on it and they just pointed us the right direction. but now they're in a position to actually build differently and to grow. And even on a downside, if you screw that up, there's going to be resentment there, and then you're going to have
Mm-hmm.
negative publicity and negative just guilt trip that you're not helping or that you're taking advantage. And I think this is something where when you misrepresent yourself, you misrepresent your capabilities, you're only doing yourself a disservice. I mean, sure, your customer might suffer, but in the long run, the clients that are offering bad work or misleading their clients, they're never going to win in the long term. And that's why we keep this abundance mindset, because we know we're doing the right thing and we're just creating a good situation for us and our clients in the world. So let's go.
You should write a book.
I I will. We gotta. I need some help from you. You're a good author,
I
so
could I could help you write this. I feel like you'd be real because you are really good. And one thing I've always admired with you, it's not only your abundance mindset, but your ability to like make connections so naturally and genuinely as well. And honestly, I'm like, just write a book and give me the manual. That's hard.
all right. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hype fee forever. I'm ready for this.
All right. So this is going to conclude this week's episode of Feast Fresh Take. Daniel, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Always my pleasure. Thanks, Fee.